Leading things off, our first guest is the CEO of Urban Pathways. It's an organization working to provide housing to at-risk New Yorkers. He joins us for a look at their work, all the wonderful things they're doing in the community. We welcome Frederick Shack to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Fred Shack.
Good to be here.
Yeah. So tell us about some of the wonderful things that you guys are doing in our community.
So Urban Pathways, we're an organization that's been operating for about 50 years here in New York City, working primarily with those individuals that you see as you travel through the city. Yeah. The individuals that you see on the streets on 8th Avenue, at Penn Station, Port Authority, here in the Bronx, that's our target population. And we provide them with an opportunity to come indoors, get off the street, and actually get into permanent housing.
You've been doing this for how
We've been around for 50 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got people running through Grand Central Station. You see them all the time.
You see them all the time.
You give them that opportunity.
We have individuals out there working to connect with the folks that you see there, trying to get them indoors.
That's the Urban Pathways Outreach.
That's exactly, the Urban Pathways Outreach. Once we're able to connect with them, we try to get them into our drop-in center, which is located in Manhattan on 30th Street. But we also have a couple of safe havens that we operate that are really low-threshold environments, getting them indoors, providing with counseling, et cetera. But the thing that I really want to talk about is the long-term solution to homelessness. Recently HUD announced that there were 70,000 homeless New Yorkers last January here in New York City. The largest number of homeless in the entire country exists in New York City. And homelessness is not a crisis that is associated with disabilities, mental health issues, and/or substance abuse. It really is an issue related to affordable housing. So one of the things that we try to do, in addition to working with the individuals who have those disabilities, is we also work to develop affordable housing for New Yorkers who are struggling to access housing in the city.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful thing, and people need to know more about it, and that's one of the reasons why you're here.
Great.
Right? What's unique about the program that you have?
Well, I think what's unique is the fact that we work with individuals who are extremely difficult to connect with, but we use what we refer to as a housing first model. So instead of requiring individuals to commit to their sobriety, their mental health treatment as a precondition to coming indoors, we basically say to them, we'll bring you in as you are. No preconditions. You don't have to commit to drug treatment. You don't have to commit to mental health treatment. We're concerned about your safety and your well-being, so we want you indoors. Once we get them indoors, though, every morning they're confronted with, they're contacted by a helping professional that reaches out to engage them, asking, what can I do for you today?
Yeah, and what can you do to keep them indoors? Because sometimes, they're off for a little while, they'll enter into your program, but then you'll see the same people out.
So the reality is that using a low threshold model where there isn't a lot of pressure for them to change their behavior, once they're indoors and they're able to get 3 hot meals a day, there's a helping professional there to engage them every morning. We have mental health staff, we have nursing staff. You'll be amazed at how quickly people begin to think about their own well-being, and they begin to make that turnaround. They don't want to be on the street. They don't want to be out there, eating out of garbage cans, sleeping in the snow. They would much rather be indoors, but in many cases the disability interferes with their ability to make those choices. So if in order to come indoors you have to commit to maintaining curfew and committing to meeting with your case manager, a lot of clients will say, you know what, I can't do that yet. That's okay, because if we're good at what we do, we're able to engage you in that process.
You can work with them.
Absolutely.
So you have the 3 meals a day.
3 meals a day.
They can change their clothes, they can shower, you got housing, you got programs.
It's a small facilities that we operate, so it's either a single bedroom or a shared bedroom, so it's not large dormitory style.
And this is all over 5 boroughs?
We have them in every borough except Staten Island.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
So, and the programs that go along with that are what?
Well, so what we try to do is to engage them in working towards their recovery, but in a very non-threatening, non-aggressive manner. But again, the most important thing that we do is provide permanent housing. So those same individuals that you see wandering in the streets aimlessly, we're able to engage them, get them indoors, help them stabilize, which means getting mental health treatment, getting substance abuse treatment, but the most important thing is having a roof over their head so that they're not concerned about their very survival.
Yeah, yeah. Does it lead to jobs?
In some cases it does. But I say to my staff all the time, every day a person who's been on the street for 10 or 15 years is indoors, it's a success.
It's a success, yeah.
So that in and of itself is a move forward. But we are able to assist individuals in either getting volunteer positions, full-time jobs. We are also working to train our individuals to become peer specialists so that they actually begin working for the organization, helping to engage other clients
So
on that
within
journey.
the organization, you have social workers and healthcare and
Social
all those things
workers,
needed.
nurses, psychiatrists, case managers, you know, the whole gamut. Anything that they need to, in order to connect with them, to engage them, and to help them make that journey.
And this has been in process for about
50
years.
years. Thousands and thousands of New Yorkers have been helped as a result of the work that we do.
Anything new that you're looking to do? Any new goals?
Well, again, I think, you know, as I said earlier, the challenge in New York is housing affordability. The fair market rent for a one-bedroom is about $1,500 a month. That's $18,000 a year. For many New Yorkers, that's out of reach. So we leverage our ability as a developer. We actually build and operate buildings. But for every unit that we develop for a person who is struggling, we also try to develop a unit or so for individuals who are just low-income individuals in the Bronx trying to find a place to live.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Love the work you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Stay strong, and anytime you need to come on and let everybody know and help create the awareness a little bit more, you're always welcome to come
I
back.
truly appreciate it. Thank
Anything
you so much.
we missed? Anything that, well, who qualifies for a lot of your services?
So the individuals who are living on the street, who are chronically homeless, they qualify. But also low-income New Yorkers will qualify for our affordable housing stock. We have 4 buildings that we operate here in the Bronx. We are looking for a site to develop another building here in the Bronx. We also provide services to veterans as well.
Good. I'm loving it.
Cool.
Thank you for your service.
Outstanding.
Really appreciate you. Give him a big
Glad
round
to
of
be
applause,
here.
everybody. Frederick Shack, CEO, Urban Pathways.
My pleasure.
Come back and share more. This is
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely.
Good. We have to take a quick break right here, but coming up next, we have holiday financial tips you don't want to miss. But first, let's take a look at our latest edition of Savor the Bronx at Kingsbridge Social Club. Check it out.